Subscribe the IELTS Guide channel and press the bell icon for the regular updates of IELTS video.
Welcome back to the another video of IELTS Writing Task 2 example, and this is our today's question. We are going to follow band 9 answer structure. We are going to see answer structure for body paragraph A and body paragraph B. We are also going to follow the structure for the introduction as well as conclusion task, and this is our today's question, friend, and let's read the question together first. These days many people leave their country to work abroad and take their family with them. Okay, these days many people leave their country to work abroad and take their family with them. Okay, and the question is, do you think benefits of these outweigh disadvantages in terms of family development? Okay, so we are going to discuss about advantages and disadvantages of moving abroad for work and taking their family with them. Okay, so we have to discuss pros and cons of this idea, and we have to write at least 250 words. Okay, so now I'm thinking that in one paragraph I'm going to talk about all the advantages, and in the second paragraph I am going to talk about all the disadvantages, and then I am going to give the final answer in the conclusion task. But let me see, I can give my opinion in the introduction only, because I think that advantages of this outweigh the disadvantages, right? I think advantages are more than disadvantages of moving abroad. Okay, this is my view. You can also write in your view, and you can also say that disadvantages of this can be more than the advantages, so you can also give your opinion as disadvantages outweigh advantages, right? But here I am going to give advantages are outweigh disadvantages, so I am going to follow these things in my essay. Okay, so let me focus on idea first. Okay, the advantages to move abroad for work and take their family with them. Okay, here I don't think I need to write the points because everything is in my mind. Okay, so the points like astonishing life and education level is good for their children, higher income and economic conditions are good, and standard living life, right? So these are the points. I am going to use these points and some examples to make my body paragraph 1, as well as some disadvantages like disadvantages such as cultural differences, tradition and language and food, that kind of things I am going to include in the disadvantages paragraph. So I don't think I need to write down the points over here. Everything is in my mind. Okay, if you practice well, then you can be also directly start your writing essay without thinking on the points, so you can save 2 minutes for thinking, right? So let's see our band 9 answer structure. Introduction, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2 and conclusion. This is our band 9 answer structure. We are going to follow this structure. So let's focus on the introduction first. In case of introduction, we are going to follow a structure, that is first statement should be the hook statement and the second statement should be the thesis statement. In case of a thesis statement, I am going to give my opinion, that is advantages outweigh these advantages in here. Okay, so let's see introduction. So first statement, that is hook statement, I am going to paraphrase the question, right? The paraphrase the statement from the IELTS Writing Task 2 question. So let's read the paraphrased version of the question. Numerous parents nowadays earn a livelihood in other nations, bringing their families with them. So this is the hook statement, right? And then I am going to give my opinion in a thesis statement, right? So let's read the thesis statement together. There are some positive and negative things about this trend, but in my considered opinion, I strongly believe that the benefits of this trend outnumbers its drawbacks. So I think that advantages outnumbers the disadvantages, right? And I am going to support my opinion in a body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2, and then I am going to give a final conclusion in the conclusion section. Okay, so this is a perfect introduction over here, paraphrasing the statement and then thesis statement, right? So let's move to the body paragraph 1 now. And this is the structure we are going to follow for body paragraph 1. The first statement should be the main idea, that is I am going to talk about the advantages. So in here I am going to make my main statement, the main idea statement, in such a way that when the examiner will read the statement, he can easily understand that I am going to talk about advantages only in this paragraph, right? And then the second and third statement should be the explanation of my idea, means whatever my advantages idea, I am going to explain it in detail, right? And then I have to give some example to support my main idea and explanation, right? And then in case of a sentence 5, I can write a summary. So this is how I am going to make a full paragraph of advantages. So let's see body paragraph 1. So the main topic idea, that is, for a number of reasons, many people believe that working abroad and take their families with them bring a lot of benefits. So this is my main idea, right? Means this statement clearly state that I'm going to talk about advantages of moving abroad and taking the families there with them. Okay, so and I started the paragraph with for a number of reasons, means I am going to talk about everything in a reason, right? Everything in details about the advantages of moving over there, right? So this is the best way to start the paragraph over here, and then I'm going to explain it. So let's read the explanation together. So I start with firstly, because I have two ideas in my mind. So first I am going to start with firstly, then I can start with secondly, right? So firstly, many people believe that by working overseas they will earn higher incomes, right? This is the very simple statement. We all know that the people are moving abroad to earn higher incomes, right? And then I said that as a consequences, their family's standard of living and economic condition will improve, especially for people who migrate from developing countries to developed countries, right? So this is the also a simple statement, we all know this, but I have just make a perfect sentence to include the ideas which are in our mind, right? And then I start with secondly, because I have a second thought for explanation also. So secondly, some people are moving to another country by thinking that their children will get a better education, right? As I told you, these are the basic things we all know. If we are preparing for the IELTS examination, we have this kind of ideas in our mind. So if this kind of questions are asked in the examination, you can easily cover these kind of ideas and explanation in your paragraph, so that you can easily achieve a good band score, right? So I think this kind of questions are achievement for you, or to do something, right? So let's read the example now. Example is also really easy. So let's talk about the example. For instance, some people from Indonesia are migrating to Australia as permanent residents and work there. Due to that, they are hoping that their children could have the opportunity to study in world class universities there, right? So this is a simple example also. We all know that the people from Indonesia are migrating from the Australia, or you can also make a example by considering that the people from Asia are migrating to Canada or USA, right? And they are hoping that their children could have the opportunity to study in a world-class universities, top universities in the world, right? So these are the main things, and I just keep in mind all these things, and I try to make an example from these kind of ideas, right? So now let's see the summary. And then I said, and lastly, because I still want to say something extra in case of explanation, because I have some more ideas in my mind. So I say that, and lastly, working overseas will enrich and broaden the life experience of the workers and their families. They could have the chance to visit many great and historical places in the new country, learn a new language, and make many new friends, right? And this is also very basic things. If you are moving abroad, then you have a great experience ahead in your life, right? You can see so many things, historical places, you can learn about their cultures, and you broaden your life experience and enrich your mind, right? And also you can learn a few new things from their language, from their cultures, and you can also make new friends from all around the world, right? So this is a great opportunity. So I try to include this in the summary section, or we can also say this is a little bit explanation over here, right? So now let's move to the body paragraph B, and here we are going to talk about the disadvantages. So I have to make a sentence that will blink or give that will give an idea to the examiner that yes, I am going to talk about the disadvantages in this whole paragraph, right? So let's read. So here also we are going to follow the same structure, right? Main idea, explanation, example, and summary. So let's see the body paragraph 2. The main idea over here is, despite all the positive things, right? So this is, see here, over here it is a very best way to start the paragraph, despite all the positive things about working abroad, right? So here the examiner will easily understand that yes, we are going to talk about now a negative side, right? Disadvantages, right? So this is the best way to start the paragraph when you are talking about a positive and a negative things in a different paragraph, right? So keep in mind these phrases: despite all the positive things about working abroad and bringing the family members, there are some negative things that people should notice, right? So I'm going to talk about the negative things, disadvantages over here. So let's see the explanation. There is a chance of culture shock for the family members, as there may be some traditions and customs that might not be fit with them. As I told you before starting the essay, it is difficult for them to adjust with the new traditions and customs, culture, right? And it is a really a hard time for the family members. So this is the biggest disadvantages, I guess. So I try to make a sentence from this idea, and then I have one example for this. So I think that now I should add an example over here. Yes, of course I need to explain more because I have something in mind regarding a food. So but I think that example will be good over here to place, because it will make the essay in a flow, right? So for example, many Western people might not be set with the culture of the Japanese people, who will bend their head when they meet other people, right? So we know that Japanese people bend their head when they meet with their dear one or loved ones, right? Or other people's. But it is quite difficult, or it is quite weird for the Western people, right? So I try to make an example on this idea, and then now I need to explain more. So I think that I should add an explanation again, and then I have also one example over here. So let's see the explanation. And then there might be some difficulties for the worker and the family members in adapting with the local foods. Yes, we all know that, right? Because the food is very, very important, right? We all have different foods, Asian people or Western people, right? The food is the main difference between them, right? Some people are vegetarian, some are non-vegetarian, and there is also a difference in the spices and all the taste and ingredients, right? So it is also difficult for the family members. So I have also one example over here. So let's read the example. For instance, many Western people are not comfortable with the Asian foods due to most of them are using spices, right? And this is the best example. Western people don't like so many spices, right? Compared to Asian peoples. In Asia, we all use so many spices, right, in our daily food. So this is a main difference, and I think that after this explanation, adding this example is a perfect way, and it makes my essay in a flow, right? So now examiner can easily understand and impressed by this essay because everything is in a flow, right? Yes, of course I can attach the explanation together, and then I can give two examples together, but it might not look good, right? if I make a structure, I just make a little bit change in the structure, but it looks really perfect over here. Now I can also add a summary, but I don't think I need to add a summary, right? Because I have already written enough words over here, so I want to skip the summary section over here. So as I told you in my all the videos, that you can modify the structure as per your convenience, right? So now let's move to the conclusion. Over here, conclusion. In case of a conclusion, as I told you in my previous video, we have to restate the main idea or the opinion, and we have to restate the argument, right? So in the first statement, I'm going to restate the main idea. So let's read the main idea, restate the main idea statement together. In conclusion, it is true that numbers of people who are migrating overseas are increasing these days, and mostly they are bringing their family with them, right? So this is the main idea, right? So I just restate the main idea. Now I am going to focus on the argument. I want to restate my argument, right? Because we don't need to add anything extra in the conclusion section, right? We have to just summarize all the things from the body paragraph 1 and 2 and make our conclusion. So restating the main idea and restating the argument is a perfect. So let's read the statement. Bringing family members to another country has its own positive and negative sides. Now I just took the ideas from both the paragraph and I said that it has own positive and negative sides, but in my opinion, right, I believe that there are more benefits than their drawbacks, as long as we would learn to adjust and adapt to the new culture and environment, right? I just give here my opinion that the benefits are more than the drawbacks, right? As long as we would learn to adjust and adapt, right? But of course benefits are more, but we have to learn to adopt and adjust with the new culture, new environment, right? So this is my argument for this essay, and this is how I completed the essay. And if you write the full essay in the examination, it will look like this. The first paragraph is introduction, then second is body paragraph A, body paragraph B, and the conclusion, and it looks something like this in the examination. Actually something like this in the examination, right? So, and if we talk about the word count, it is nearly 300 words, so it is completely perfect essay. So I think guys, that's it for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you found this video helpful, then please give a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe to the IELTS Guide channel. If you have any idea regarding this topic, then please do make a comment in the comment section below. And if you have some suggestions for the videos, then please also do mention in the comment section below, and also tell me how is this video, and if you found this video helpful, then please do mention in the comment section. I will see you in the next video. Till then, you take care friends, and bye bye.